Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Today we embark on an enchanting journey into one of the most beloved and timeless garden styles, the English cottage garden. Picture a dwelling that seems to have grown organically from the landscape itself, a structure steeped in history and exuding an undeniable, timeless charm. This is frequently a house built of warm, weathered brick, perhaps in hues of soft terracotta, russet, or a mellow aged red. The texture of this brickwork is paramount. It speaks of craftsmanship from a bygone era, with individual bricks displaying subtle variations in color and form, their surfaces perhaps softened by time and the gentle caress of the elements. Mortar lines, rather than being starkly uniform, might show the hand of the artisan, contributing to the overall sense of handcrafted authenticity. Interspersed with the brick, or forming key structural or decorative elements, one might find rich, dark timber. This could manifest as exposed beams in the gables, sturdy lintels above windows and doors, or perhaps intricate half-timbering on upper stories, the dark wood creating a striking and characterful contrast against the lighter brick. These wooden elements, often stained or naturally aged to a deep, almost black brown, add a layer of rustic sophistication and structural honesty. Among the most visually arresting are the climbing roses, which transform the very fabric of the house into a living tapestry of color and fragrance. Imagine these vigorous climbers, with their long arching canes, meticulously trained to scale the warm brick walls of the cottage or manor. They wend their way upwards, their pliant stems secured by discreet wires or trellises, reaching towards the eaves and around the characterful features of the building. They act as a soft, floral embroidery, adorning the architecture with a natural, ever-changing beauty. Picture them framing classic, divided-pane windows, their blooms peeking in, a delightful intrusion of the garden's exuberance into the home's interior. They might arch gracefully over doorways, creating fragrant, welcoming portals that invite one to step inside or venture out. The sight of roses cascading down from above a lintel, or reaching up to soften the sharp lines of a gable, is quintessentially English cottage. The varieties chosen for this task are often old-fashioned ramblers or vigorous climbers, known for their profusion of blooms and their ability to cover large areas. The colors can range from the softest, most delicate blush pinks and creamy whites, which look particularly ethereal against aged brick, to more vibrant shades of cerise, crimson, and even sunny yellows or apricots, depending on the desired effect and the overall color palette of the garden. The form of the flowers themselves contributes to the romance. Cupped, quartered, or rosette-shaped blooms, often packed with petals, exude an old-world charm. Some may be born in large clusters, creating a massive impact of color, while others might display more singular, elegant blossoms. The foliage, too, plays a part, from the deep green, glossy leaves of some varieties to the softer matte gray-green of others, providing a lush backdrop for the floral display. The fragrance is an integral part of their allure. Imagine the air around the house imbued with the classic sweet perfume of roses, a scent that drifts through open windows and greets visitors at the door. This covering of climbing roses is not a neat, overly manicured affair. It has a certain charming abandon, a sense of nature gently reclaiming the man-made structure, yet it is underpinned by thoughtful training and care. These roses become an architectural element in themselves, softening hard lines, adding layers of texture and color, and imbuing the entire setting with an unparalleled sense of romance and horticultural abundance. They are a living link between the house and the garden, a testament to a style where nature and architecture are encouraged to embrace in a beautiful symbiotic dance. The effect is breathtaking, transforming a simple wall into a vertical flower garden, a cascade of beauty that changes with the seasons, from the first flush of buds in spring to the glorious crescendo of summer blooms, and often a scattering of later flowers into the autumn. Complementing and amplifying the vertical drama of the climbers, shrub roses form the foundational heart of the flower borders, planted in generous, billowing masses. These are not solitary specimens placed with timid precision. Rather, they are grouped to create substantial blocks of color and form, contributing to the signature profusion that characterizes the English cottage garden. Imagine deep, curving beds filled with these robust beauties, their thorny canes supporting a wealth of blossoms that create a continuous tapestry of horticultural delight. Shrub roses encompass a vast array of types, from the classic old garden roses, redolent with history and perfume, to the more modern English roses bred by David Austin, which combine the charm and fragrance of old roses with the repeat flowering capabilities and wider color range of contemporary varieties. This diversity is key to their impact. One might see the rounded, bushy habit of a Gallica rose, famed for its rich crimsons and purples, alongside the more upright, arching growth of a hybrid musk, which often bears its flowers in large, fragrant clusters. The color palette of these shrub roses is wonderfully varied and contributes significantly to the garden's overall atmosphere. Soft, romantic pinks in every conceivable shade, from the palest shell pink to a deep, vibrant rose, are ubiquitous, lending a gentle, dreamy quality. Luscious apricot and peach tones add warmth and a touch of sunny exuberance, blending beautifully with both pinks and creams. Pure, pristine whites provide moments of clarity and light, their blooms often seeming to glow in the twilight, while also acting as a sophisticated foil for more vibrant hues. And of course, there are the passionate reds, from velvety crimsons to brighter scarlets, injecting moments of drama and intensity into the floral composition. Often, these colors are not segregated, but are allowed to mingle, creating a rich, painterly effect where shades blend and contrast in a harmonious yet exciting way. The form of the flowers themselves is equally diverse. Deeply cupped blooms that cradle their secrets, perfectly quartered rosettes that reveal intricate petal arrangements, and simpler, more open-faced flowers that invite pollinators. Many of these shrub roses are intensely fragrant, releasing their perfume into the air to be savored as one wanders through the garden or relaxes nearby. Their foliage, too, varies from the dark, leathery leaves of some to the softer, gray-green foliage of others, adding textural interest even when the plants are not in full bloom. These roses are planted with a generosity that allows them to grow into their natural forms, their canes intertwining to create a dense, impenetrable, yet utterly captivating display. Underpinning the entire aesthetic of the English cottage garden is a philosophy of dense and layered planting. The flower beds are not sparsely populated with individual specimens separated by expanses of mulch. Instead, they are filled to overflowing, with plants jostling for space in a harmonious throng. Roses, while often the stars, are rarely planted in isolation. They are interwoven with a diverse cast of other plants, creating a multidimensional tapestry of varying heights, textures, colors, and forms. This density is crucial for several reasons. Visually, it creates an impression of lavish bounty, a garden teeming with life. Layering is the technique that brings this density to life and ensures that the composition has depth and visual interest from every angle. plants, such as delphiniums with their majestic spires of blue, hollyhocks reaching for the sky with their saucer-like blooms, or perhaps some of the more statuesque shrub roses, are typically placed towards the back of the border or in the center of island beds. These provide a vertical framework and a backdrop for the plants in front. Mid-level plants, including mini shrub roses, peonies with their voluptuous blooms, phlox with its clouds of fragrant flowers, and daylilies offering a succession of colorful trumpets, fill the main body of the bed. These plants contribute the bulk of the color and form, their foliage and flowers intermingling to create a rich mosaic. The front of the border is then edged with lower-growing plants, such as mounds of hardy geraniums, cranesbills, spilling mats of campanula or aubrietta, clumps of dianthus, pinks, with their spicy clove scent, or drifts of catmint, nepeta, with its soft gray-green foliage and lavender-blue flower spikes. These foreground plants soften the edges of the bed, often spilling gently onto pathways or the lawn, blurring the lines and enhancing the informal, cottagey feel. This layered approach ensures that there is always something to see, from the ground level up to the taller background elements. It creates a sense of discovery, as one's eye moves through the different strata of planting, noticing new combinations of color and texture. The foliage itself is as important as the flowers in this layered scheme, with contrasting leaf shapes broad, feathery, sword-like, rounded, all contributing to the overall richness. We sincerely thank you for joining us on this picturesque journey today. Until our next adventure into the world of beautiful outdoor spaces.